Good evening. First, I'd like to start, on behalf of our program, the department, and the college, just offer our condolences to Coach Lenny Wilkins and his family. 88 years well lived. PC's first All-American, and really proud to be a small part of his legacy. Coaching at his college. So rest in peace, and again, condolences to his family in Seattle and New York. Good bounce back for our guys. Obviously after a tough defeat on Saturday in Connecticut, a lot of things we had to learn from that film in a quick turnaround. And at the forefront of it was our transition defense. Penn, Fran at Iowa, perennially one of the fastest playing teams in the country, and that obviously continued at Pennsylvania. I thought our guys responded, did a lot of really good things for the duration of the game. Their three-point shooting and their free throw shooting kept them in the game, but I thought our guys did a really good job withstanding runs, and I thought most importantly, extending the lead at the end. We talked at the under 8 timeout, I think it was about 15, 16 point lead, about the game 0-0 right now and wanting to extend it. And these guys did. I thought Corey was great. Ryan was great. Veteran returning leadership. Good win for the Friars.
Corey, can you talk about the faster pace that you guys are playing with? What's the change in your mind offensively with how you guys are playing?
Yeah, it's something that we instilled in our program during the summer. Just getting the ball out, we call it 3-and-3. Get the ball up the floor, try to touch the paint in 3 seconds. And from there, just being patient and looking for the play is usually out. That's why we get up a lot of threes. But it also just comes down to the mindset. And whether they score or not, we got to have the mindset to get it out and, just play fast. And I think it's working for us.
Seems as if it spreads the floor an awful lot, gives you a little bit more room to be creative.
Definitely. We have some very talented players on our team, players that can shoot the ball very well, players that can get downhill very well, and I think it just plays to everyone's strength.
For both of you guys, how nice is it to kind of pull away down the stretch here? I think it was like a 15-point game 7 minutes ago, but you guys seem to find another gear that allowed you to get over. Just talk about, pulling away down the stretch.
I love to see it. I know we all love to see it, just because, as Coach said, we've been trying to build on that, especially coming out in the second half, not letting teams feel confident and come back and make it a game when it comes down to the last 4 minutes of the game. So I think we took a step in the right direction with that tonight, and just looking to keep that going.
Yeah, and at halftime, Corey showed his leadership. He really got into us, saying we gotta pick this up. We gotta put them away right away. So his leadership really got us going in the second half to be able to pull away.
Did that 3-point shooting kind of make it feel a little bit like they were still within reach a little bit, and that's why maybe, Corey, you kind of took that leadership mantle and kind of said, we got to try to see if we can put them away?
Yeah, they had some great players with some great shooters, but that goes for any team that we play. We just got to put them away and keep our leads and keep building on it.
Ryan, can you talk a little bit about the difference in your shot, especially long-range shot this year, and maybe the work you did in the offseason to give yourself that confidence?
Yeah, I worked all offseason on my shot to try to get it better, quicker. Definitely, I'm not trying to turn down any shots this year like I did last year. Shoot open shots because, like Kim says, it leads to turnovers or bad shots after that. So I've been working on it. So it's nice to finally see one go down.
For both of you, how big was that 4-point play by Jalen Harrell?
Yeah, it was huge for us. Got the momentum, got the crowd into it. Juke's been working really hard in practice, so I'm glad it delivered for him.
Yeah, and the game just rewards tough plays, and Jalen Harrell came in, got us an offensive rebound right away, and the game rewarded him with that 3 and 1.
Ryan, what about getting the chance to start tonight? How early did you know that was going to be a possibility?
No, it was nice, but Yeah, again, I don't really care if I start or come off the bench. We got 10 guys that play equally, play together. Like, it doesn't matter if you start or come off the bench. Like, different people finish the games. It's all about like who's going to come in and bring a spark in. So if I come off the bench or start, it does not matter. As long as I go in the game, I'm just going to try to bring a spark.
The fact that you get to do both last year, start and come off the bench, just how much more comfortable, how much easier does that make it this year already having that experience?
Yeah, having a year under my belt definitely helped me with the experience. I know what it's like. I've been in college basketball for a year now, so I know what it's like to come off the bench to start. So the experience of last year helped.
This is for both of you. Watching the first 3 games, one of the things I really noticed is you guys are getting the ball to each other in better shooting position. The passes you're getting, they're able to catch and shoot right away instead of catching off passes. Is that something you worked on in the summer as a specific goal?
I would say that's something we work on every single day. Getting our shooter shots, being in the right positions, and when we come to the game, it's just doing what we do in practice every single day, just building habits.
Coach, for all the schemes and sets involved in basketball, so much comes down to winning the one-on-one battle on offense and defense. Could you talk a little bit about how important that was in this game particularly and how much you emphasize that?
Yeah, this game a little different because obviously it starts in transition with them. You don't have a man in transition, especially against a team that gets it out quick. Then it quickly turns into their off-ball actions, which is not one-on-one. It's constant communication with who's coming off screens, shooter, driver, is it a switch, do you stay with your own? And then lastly, it turns into one-on-one defense. Guarding the ball is like shaving for those of us that have to shave. You got to do it every day, and it's and if you can do it, it's great. If you can guard the ball, you usually stay out of rotations more.
But also your advantage, being able to win the one-on-one battle offensively and how that gets you into such good position.
It helps. If you can guard the ball, you don't have to switch. You don't have to help. You don't have to help.
Offensively, how well you can drive it to create.
You're talking about us on offense now.
Yeah.
Them guarding the ball.
So you working the ball one-on-one instead of needing a ball screen to create offense. So many of their sets are off staggers and different things, but you guys are more able to just get in off of a straight drive, especially.
Yeah, it starts with our pace. Speed and aggression and transition create space and opportunity to drive. Just like I talked about, you got to work on guarding the ball every day. You also have to work on your paint decisions every day. So when you get in there, the shots we missed at the rim, and it's likely playing off of 1 foot, without advantage. When you play off of 1 foot without advantage, rarely good things happen. I like to say, since I got into coaching, Jay Wright won 2 national championships simply from having players that are disciplined to play off of 2 feet.
Okay, we're going to let the players
Good job, guys.
take questions.
Kim, you guys are averaging 98, I think, in the first 3 games. Forget about the numbers. Do you like the pace that you're playing with?
Yeah, I think it could be faster. My message to the guys today was, we scored 89 in the first game and 90 or 101 in the second game, and we still haven't guarded. So imagine the pace when we're getting steals and we're getting defensive rebounds cleanly and long defensive rebounds. So, I wanted to go faster. We watched clips at halftime of when they scored, the ball would bounce 2-3 times. So I wanted our pace to even pick up, because with our depth, we look at it as an advantage.
Because that follows, can you tell, you can tell, but how can you tell that you're playing the type of defense you want when the score is so high?
Well, the truth is, it comes down to our percentages, but it really does, like I said, high possession games, and I don't know, I'll look and see how many possessions we ended up with this game, but every time we have a possession, that gives the other team an equal possession, an equal shot at it. So the discipline and the consistency of your defense has to be so high, heightened against a team that plays fast as well. So, and I sound like a boomer, to our guys, they look at me and laugh maybe, and I'm like, stop doing your 3-point dance. Like, we got to get back. You know, it's it's going to be a time to celebrate with our incredible fans. But right now in the Florida game, we got to get back.
Kim, you're a boomer at 37.
No, I mean, they probably look at me like that. I'm like, no fun. I don't know the 3-point dances and the point to the crowd, and I'm yelling, get back.
The rest of us have no chance then.
Okay.
As you watch them, as you prepare for them, do they play like any teams in the league? Is there anything that you could take out of this that you might be able to apply, 10, 15 games from now?
Marquette with the pace to offense, the free flowing, it's like improv jazz, the Yellow Jackets, if you guys know jazz, like that, they're playing and it's free and they're moving. That's like Marquette. The shooting, the randomness of their offense, and it's a beautiful way to play.
Take Coltrane, Miles
We
Davis.
don't know jazz.
Okay.
Coach, related to the pace again, last year I noticed that you guys were getting the ball, starting your offense like 22 on the shot clock. This time, especially when Corey's bringing it up, it's usually 27, 28, maybe 26 on the shot clock, so that even if the play breaks down, you can pull it out and you're not rushing anything.
Yeah, we're trying to go. We're trying to go fast. We have a lot of very talented players. We want to give them space to attack in the open floor.
Kim, how much has transition defense kind of been an early talking point with this group?
Yeah, it's been tough, not great. And again, I took a lot of blame myself for the Holy Cross game. Their five out teams present a different challenge in transition defense. And we're practicing Osmond versus Cole every day. They get in the habit of running to the middle of the paint. But sometimes in the Holy Cross game, Osmond is doing exactly what he does every day in practice, and he gets to the middle of the paint and no one's there because it's 5 out. So 5 out transition defense is a bit different. And it was fool's gold the first half against Holy Cross. They just missed threes. The second half, they just made the same threes they had in the first half. And it was disappointing against Vatech. They hit us in transition late in the game, especially the way we like to hit teams in transition. So it was a more pointed focus today, and I'll get to watch it on film to see if it was better. We hit on some of our goals. We'll see once we get to watch it and break it down.
Did you think you did a better job defending them off their screen action, particularly in the second half when you
I did, except for some of our younger guys in moments. Obviously, Zanoni had a great night. He's a very talented shooter. But with the made shots, also you don't want to foul 3-point shooters. I got nightmares of our game against Kansas State 2 years ago, fouling 3-point shooters. I mean, they're taking the lowest percentage shot. You don't want to foul them.
Kim, can you talk about heading west to not only to face Colorado, but the altitude out there?
Yeah, excited to play the Buffs, a really good team from the Big 12. They scored over 100 their last game, a team in a program I know well, and they have an assistant over there who knows us well. So good game for us. It's hard to get teams to come to play here. People know the AMP. They know our fans. And I'm before I get to begging opponents, I'm asking my friends. So we got a two-year series with the Buffaloes.
So the altitude, is that like almost a 6-man out there and getting acclimated to it?
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
When are you leaving?
Tomorrow.
Duncan and Daquan?
Yeah.
Yeah, Duncan fell and hurt himself in Holy Cross, and Daquan knee was bothering him.
Duncan elbow, right?
No. He just no.
How's Rich coming along?
He's coming along. He's moving great. He's out of protocol, working his way back. With him, we're more cautious because it was two concussions within 30 days, I think, which you want to be really, really precautious. But again, man, our guys that are out of our rotation, Jalen Harrell has had a great few weeks of practice, and I told the guys before the game, I said, Jalen Harrell is going to get an offensive rebound. He does it every day. in practice. You know, he's getting better and better and better. And obviously, he's a great shooter. It never hurts to have a guy that can spray it out there.
And speaking of rebounding, Ryan, 12 boards tonight. How important is he going to be in that part of the game going forward? I felt like against Virginia Tech, he was even across the board, but they came up with some big ones late.
Yeah, well, I mean, a rebound wins that game. A sealed down rebound of Amani Hansberry won that game. Would have won that game. Vox's shot aside. Ryan's been a consistent rebounder in his career, and it's obviously in the league we play in. Rebound is a hero. I mean, you can't score without the ball, but you know, good to see him getting in there. 11 defensive rebounds is impressive.
The 3 guys who missed tonight, any idea if you'll have them available Friday?
I think so. I think 2 of them. I think 2 of them, but we'll see how they progress and keep getting better.
Coach, Jameer Jones, plus 30 on box minus. Obviously, you know, box scores don't say words like coach is doing in that instance, but Jameer Jones is one of the 6 players in double digits. How does he necessarily bring sort of like this two-way explosiveness just between his dunks and his defensive prowess into the game and the way that you enjoy it?
Yeah, he's a special kid, and very, very talented. And his humility to work and learn has been great. We spent like 30 minutes on the court after practice yesterday, just walking through simple reads and coverages and calls and decisions. And you know, we woke up this morning texting about it to follow up. So it's him. It's just, can he just keep getting better and better and better every day? He's going to have great games. He's going to struggle some, you know, but if he stays focused and just with the mindset to improve every day, he is no ceilings of how good he could get. Thanks, guys.